Hello, my friend. It's Tony González from Made in Metal, Spain. Today, we are going to speak to Ingi, who is the guitar player in Power Paladin. Hello, Ingi. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. And you?
Perfect. Perfect. When I see you in the dark place, I imagine that there in Iceland, the sun rises at 12 noon and set at 4 o'clock. Is correct?
Yeah, yes. That's pretty much it. It's solstice, so it's been turning the other way around for the last 2 days. But yeah, it's pretty much dark the whole day around here these days.
Tell me, can we consider Power Paladin as a fresh new band into the Iceland metal scene?
I would say so, mainly because we are the only power metal band in the Icelandic metal scene.
Yes.
So I guess that's a bit fresh.
The only power, yes.
Yes. Well, there's been a couple of projects and one band that recorded one album, but there are no active power metal bands today except for us, I believe. Not that I never want to be. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Does anybody had experience in previous bands?
I have. Actually, with a lot of the guys in Power Paladin, we used to play. Me and our bassist, we used to play in power metal bands back in like 2006 with our drummer, and Atli, our singer, and Bjarni, our keyboardist, used to play in a glam rock cover band as well. And then again, I used to play in a couple of metal bands aside from Power Paladin and those bands before as well.
Let me tell you that I was in Iceland 4 years ago, but I didn't remember any metal or scene or there in Reykjavik. Maybe I know that there are some bands that are black metal, death metal, but I didn't see any place with live music or something like that in Reykjavik. Is that exist?
There's not. So before COVID, we had a bit more, but after COVID, we have lost a couple of the bigger ones. I guess just due to money issues. But there is a place called Gaukurinn, which is it's a very old bar. It's from the 80s or even older. I'm not sure. That is a concert venue as well that we just played at last Friday, and they tend to host most of the metal concerts in Iceland, and also just many other concerts as well and events. So it's them and another place that's just downstairs from Gaukurinn that's called Tura. That's the other concert venue for underground bands that are active. There are other places you can play, but these are the two most active ones.
Now I need to tell you something that maybe you don't know, Ingi. When I see the name of the band, I remember, and I'm going to tell you, and maybe you don't know, that there is in Spain a famous chocolate called Paladin.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes. Maybe if you want to come to Spain, you can find a sponsor there.
It's a good idea.
Yes.
We'll make the Power Paladin chocolate.
Yes. So I have read that among your influences, you mentioned Halloween or Iron Maiden, but I think that the band is closer to some happy metal groups like Freedom Call. I think that the CD is very, it have a lot of happiness. No, I'm thinking of Kraven the Hunter, songs like Evermore, Way of King, and many more. What do you think?
We are a bunch of pretty happy guys, so I guess that would kind of translate into the album. Our influences are definitely Freedom Call and you know, Hammerfall and Iron Maiden, of course, and Halloween, and then also like the newer power metal bands like or newer, I guess the second wave would be correct, Rhapsody, Symphony X, and then you have, of course, bands like Beast in Black and Twilight Force and all those bands. So yeah, but yeah, generally we play mostly happy music.
Who are the main songwriters in the band?
When we start songs, it normally starts out with me or Atli, our singer. We write kind of ideas and throw together like the basis of a song using a program in the computer that we send to the guys, and we rehearse. but the songs in the end and all the songs on the album are they are kind of the product of the whole band. So most of us have some sort of input and a touch to the songs. So we credit everybody, at least.
Okay, perfect. So I think that is really good. So the title of the CD is With the Magic of Windfyre Steel. And I see that you mentioned the Windfyre Studios. Don't tell me that you are now in the Windfyre Studios.
The one and only.
Yes.
That's my bedroom.
No. Your bedroom?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Ingi, so now the relationship between the studio and the CD is your bedroom.
Yes.
No. But now, talking more seriously, the problem is that when you are sleeping in your dreams, you dreams with music?
Yeah, actually a lot of the time. That's funny you mentioned that. Some of the songs that I've written have come from trying to fall asleep and actually just kind of waking up and trying to get the idea out of my head.
Sometimes when I am sleeping and I dream with music, I always wake up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know that feeling. If you really get like a melody going in your head, for me at least, when I'm trying to fall asleep, especially, it's not really gonna, I'm not gonna be allowed to fall asleep if I don't try to get it somehow out of my head. It doesn't happen a lot, but it happens sometimes. And it mostly consists of me just taking up my phone and trying to hum the melody to the recorder.
Oh.
And then listening to it the day after and hearing that it's absolute garbage most of the time. But I mean, something happens.
Something interesting in the CD is the use of the choirs since the first track, Kraven the Hunter, to the last. How does the band decide to use the choir in the song? Because the choirs are different.
So mostly when we, and this comes into the fact that how we write the songs is that we start writing it in the computer and we start writing like into a program that we send the files out to the band. And the choir part never really comes in until we've recorded the songs. So it normally goes in that way that me, Atli, and Bjarni, our keyboard player, meet and we just kind of riff ideas. Just trying to, it's mostly, I guess, it's mostly me that goes behind the mic and tries to throw another line on top of the line before and just try to add on. I actually like to do it a cappella, so I just ask them to play the main vocal line, and then I try to add more layers and more layers and more layers.
Yes.
And then Bjarni goes in there and he adds more layers, and then Atli goes in there and he adds more layers. And I think we ended up having about, it was above 50 tracks at some point in some of the background vocals. So just layers on layers of vocals. And to be honest, that's the most fun of the recording process, is adding the background vocals. It gives it kind of like epic feel.
Fortunately, now you have a computer and you can add a lot of layers. Before this interview, I was reading a magazine about the A Night at the Opera.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was reading that to recording the Bohemian Rhapsody song, there were a lot of problems and a lot of recordings and tapes. Fortunately, you don't have this problem.
No, I think, I mean, I guess they only had the tape machines back then, so it's there's really a limit on how much you can do. But it's not really a problem in the computers, but we did have a problem actually in the mixing stage because we had added so many layers of recordings that our engineer's computer, the guy that mixed the album, we were having like a hard time opening up the project. So every time he wanted to open up the project for us to go over the mix, we would have to grab at least 1 cup of coffee while waiting for it to load. So yeah, it's but that's a minor problem. I think nothing compares to the problem of having to deal with recording on tape. I'm very thankful that we did not have to go through that.
The first video I saw was the video from Kraven the Hunter. And I imagined that the first seconds with the man in an office, that the video was filmed in Iceland because the glasses show me the winter. But don't tell me, please, that the video was filmed in your house in the Windfyre studio, and this is the view from the Windfyre studios.
Well, actually, because we recorded a lot of the guitars, the bass, and some vocals in here in this bedroom. A lot of it we recorded as well in Atlis and Bjarni's. Bjarni, our keyboard player. We have two Bjarnis, so I have to clarify that every time. But we recorded that in their place of work. So that's a company they work for that allowed us to utilize their place after closing to record this video. And we also recorded, so this is basically a part of the Windfyre Studios. We recorded a bunch of the vocals there as well. So yeah.
Oh, so the band is just starting now and have a lot of stories to tell. But there is one that I will ask you because I can't believe it. For example, I read that you are the first release from Atomic Fire Records.
So we finished the album in the first months of 2020. We got the final masterings from the Netherlands. An old teacher of mine that taught me audio engineering in the Netherlands mastered our album. And I think we sent it to a couple of people, but I sent it to Þorsteinn Kolbensson, who is the manager of the Wacken Metal Battle in Iceland, and he knows Markus Vosien, and he sent it to Markus, who sent him back that he liked it, and that's how we got in touch. So yeah, it's pretty much straightforward like that. But I mean, we're still kind of surprised about it, that somebody outside of Iceland listened to our album and liked it, especially someone like Markus and someone from a label like that, with bands like Halloween and some of the Aftika and Opeth and Shuka and all these gigantic bands that we've looked up to for such a long time. So it's still kind of blowing my mind.
It was a lucky movement.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, but now the responsibility is bigger. Are you thinking of playing alive outside Iceland next year?
It's such a weird situation to be in, where you feel at one point at some point in time, you feel like you can plan it successfully and be sure that you can play somewhere else, and then another situation like what's going on in the world hits. Yes. And all those plans kind of go out the window. So right now we have nothing planned, but we are hopeful, to be able to start to think about this when things settle down, at least. And we are always a hopeful bunch, so we're optimistic, but there's nothing we can plan at this point, I guess, without kind of taking a very big chance.
Ingi, apart from the COVID and all the situation, you had another extra situation, that is that you are living in Iceland. And yes, because of this, maybe I was thinking to ask you if the situation is getting bigger, better, more. Are you thinking of moving to UK, Denmark, or Norway, or not?
So I can't really answer the question for the band. Me, myself, I'm pretty open for anything, but I'm not going to answer this for the band. I think we like it here in Iceland in many ways. And if you look at bands like Solstice and Skálmöld and those big bands from Iceland that have been touring Europe, it's not really a problem in that many ways. You only take one flight and then you're in Europe. So I wouldn't say that we're contemplating moving at this point in time.
I thought that maybe if the band gets bigger, maybe in 10 years, you can pass the summer in another country, in Europe, because it would be easy that coming and going, flying.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't mind that, spending the summer in Europe. That's a summer vacation for anybody.
Yes. So, Ingi, it was basically my questions. You know that I'm Tony González from Made in Metal. If you want to say something to your future fans, to say goodbye or something about the new CD that will be out in January the 5th?
The 7th.
The 7th.
Yeah. So yeah, we are I mean, we are extremely proud of this album. And I think if you're willing to give it a chance, and if you like straightforward power metal, we are pretty hopeful that you would like it as well. So please give us a chance. And I mean, hopefully we will see you when we play outside of Iceland sometime.
Okay, Ingi, that's all. It was Tony González from Made in Metal talking to Ingi, who the name of the band is Power Paladin, and the name of its first CD is With the Magic of Windfyre Steel. Power metal from Iceland.
Hell yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.